What's up guys, it's Apollo Uchiha here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a new short movie. The name of the short movie is What If Naruto Had Shinobi Gacha System. And yeah guys, it is an unscripted short movie and my own idea. Now before continuing this, what is Shinobi Gacha System, you might ask? Well, basically it is a cheat skill system which allows Naruto to have multiple skills as he progresses and gains point from battles as well as experience. And yeah, basically he can become super OP and can even rival that of Otsutsuki's themselves at one point, and even further beyond them. Anyways, how did I get this idea? Well, one of you guys suggested to me in the comment section in yesterday's video that, well, you should watch, anime recaps if you don't have the time to watch the whole anime. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do that. The funny thing is that for a few days I have been getting a lot of manga recap recommendations in my YouTube feed, and I have been watching some of them, and it has made my life a lot easier. I mean, within 50 minutes I am able to catch up to all the manga that there is, and it is not that much boring because of the explanation that they do. And honestly, it is quite a nice work that they do, man. I really appreciate you guys because it was you who gave me this idea of just checking them out. And moving onwards, it is one of these mangas that I watched in a recap on YouTube, in which our protagonist is thrown down to demon realm to repent, because at certain age they are chosen by the church, or basically their skill is chosen by the church, and he has this gacha system and nobody knows what it is. But yeah, after some time when he's thrown, it is revealed that wait, I'm not gonna spoil anything. How about you guys go and find out? I'm gonna try my best to find out the name of this manga and give it to you guys. I promise I'll try my best. It might be in my YouTube history or so. Anyways, moving onwards, the good news is that, well, as you might have guessed, GTA 6 is just around the corner. I mean, the first trailer, that is 5th December, huh? Who is excited? Do let me know in the comment section. Oh well, look at the intro, man. It is quite long enough already. Anyways, enough of my yip-yapping. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel. And once again, I now have a source where I can gather in a short span of time your, recommended manga and idea, and maybe I will be able to gather enough material that I can create a story. So once again, thanks to the said subscriber. I'm sorry, it was just a passing by comment and I after that fell asleep, and now I can't find it anywhere. I'm sorry, man. Anyways, shout out to you once again, and thank you so much for making my life easier. I promise I'll try my best to deliver some nice stories to you all. Anyways, the intro is long enough already, and without any further ado, let's begin our today's short movie. Our story begins on October 10th in nighttime in Konohagakure, Sato. It was supposed to be a peaceful night in the said village, which turned out to be one of the most disastrous one for all of them. As everything was going smoothly, the civilians have retired to their homes, the shinobis were enjoying their time, free time and relaxation time in the bars, and suddenly, huge amount of killer intent was felt by all. And not only that, without any further ado, the huge biju began to form in the nearby forest, just on the outer skirts of the village, and soon a huge visage of the Kyuubi no Yoko was towering over the whole village and was looming over them. Before anything could happen or anybody could do anything, the Kyuubi descended upon them without any warning. Many of the civilians were caught up in the destruction and havoc that the Kyuubi caused, but some of them were able to escape, and the shinobis didn't waste any time to form a sort of line of defense on the outer wall, as leading them was an old man, a man who was previously known as their leader, their Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi, a man who has survived 2 wars, and not only that, also have led his village to victories. He was a symbol to them, a symbol of hope, but even he was shaking in fear in front of a being that his sensei had trouble subduing. We must protect the village and mustn't let the Kyuubi near it, not until Minato gets here. Is that understood? He told his men, gathering his courage as he summoned his trusted summon, Enma, the Monkey King. What is it, Saru? What? The Kyuubi no Yoko? What is it doing here? Said the said Monkey King. I need your help, my friend. This might be our last battle. Don't say that, old friend. You still have some kick left in you. I can tell it just by looking at you. You respect me too much, old friend. Let us do this then. as suddenly Enma transformed into a metal bow staff, and then they charged towards the Biju, trying their best to buy time, just so their current leader can get there. And soon after that, their leader did arrive, but not only he, his wife as well, and both of them holded on to three childrens, as Kushina had two in her arms. Both had red patches of hair, while Minato held on to a blonde-haired one. As that is when Minato placed the three of them in an altar that arrived in a puff of smoke, and soon after that he did some hand seals and slammed his hand on the ground. "Summoning jutsu!" he yelled out. As that is when Hiruzen joined him. "Hold the fort," he said to the soldiers as he arrived towards him. "Where the hell were you, Minato? How did this happen? Kushina, any explanation?" "We don't have much time. We have to seal the Biju away first. I will explain everything to you later on, please." "Fine, I'll try my best to buy you time. You won't be alone. I am here to bring you some help." As that is when we see a huge toad appear with a katana in its hand. "Huh? Kid, where am I? You know I hated when he summoned me without any reason." And suddenly it was bitch slapped by the QB thrown towards the trees. As that is when the huge toad grumbled and got up. "Boss, are you okay?" "Of course I'm fine, kid. This is nothing." "Huh. Kyuri no Yoko, huh? Fine. I'll buy you enough time, kid. I know what to do. Just don't take too much of it. It's a goddamn Biju, not a summon that I can handle. Just buy me a few minutes, Chief. That is all I need." "Alright, kid." As now we see, Minato looked towards Kushina as both of them nodded. Now Kushina, being a natural Uzumaki, knew what she had to do. She began perfectly as well as effortlessly to draw the seals with both hands on both of her children, Menma and Mito, the younger twins. As Naruto's seal was decided that Minato would be the one to draw on it. As the seal was drawn in a hurry, Minato did the hand seals, and soon the seals began to glow. While Menma and Mito seals glow white, Naruto's seal glow a different blue. As that is when we see the seal worked but halfly, as both Menma and Mito seal worked but Naruto's didn't. The Kyuubi was weakened as the chakra was stripped away from it, but a bit of his chakra and the soul was still present. "Foolish humans, you think you can get away from me? I will be able to regenerate my chakra, and I am still here. So, even in this form, I alone am enough to destroy you all." Why did the Naruto seal didn't work? As Hiruzen seeing this, "Right, Minato, what is wrong? The seal should have worked, right?" I don't know. They should have. Kushina, what did I do wrong?" As Kushina checked, Minato, you draw the kanjis wrong. Some of the kanjis are faded." As they saw that the right side of the seal's kanjis were faded a bit because of hurriness, and that was the reason that the seal didn't work completely. And Naruto began to cry as if he was in pain. Seeing this, Hiruzen then thought of a thing. I have no other choice. As he erased the seal and began to draw a new one on Naruto. After doing that, he began to do some hand seals. "Take care of the village, Minato. Kushina, I'm leaving everything to you." "Hakai Fuyin!" "No, wait, Hiruzen-sama!" But it was already too late, as the Shinigami arrived. And as it did, it knew what it had to be done. But only Hiruzen was the one who was able to find out what Shinigami said. As now we see, for everyone else it was instant. The Kyuubi disappeared and Hiruzen fell down to his, knees, and then Minato caught him. "Hiruzen-sama! Naruto is special. Take care of him. Make sure you do. The whole world relies on it." With these words said, with all his strength, he passed away, sacrificing himself to save the village. As everyone was silent, there wasn't a single cheer of the victory that they have gotten, because the price that they paid was too much. As right next to Hiruzen stood Enma. "Oh, Hiruzen. Who knew that this really was your last battle, old friend? You fought like a valiant and brave warrior. Always will be remembered. I promise of you that much." As after that, Anbus began to clear out the rebels as well as guide the Uzumaki Namikaze family to a nearby hospital. As they're inside the hospital room, we see the doctors were allowed, but the head doctor who was checking on the Hokage's family then said, This is interesting now, he said while scanning Naruto with his chakra jutsu. What is? The chakra coils are not responding, as we say, normally. What do you mean? It might be because of something that must have happened on the battlefield when you tried to seal the Biju, or something. The chakra coils have grown. They are much more wider, just like that of a Kage. What? It can't be. I mean, I could be wrong, but I checked it again and again. And it has been 4 times since I checked it, and every time the result is the same. Maybe I am exhausted. It might be because of that. How about we get Tsunade-sama here if we are able to? Maybe she will be able to give a better diagnostic than me. Hokage-sama. I don't know if she will be coming here. Thank you, doctor. As after the doctor left, we see that the Uzumaki no Mikaze family was left with their own thoughts. They were able to save the village. But at what cost? Hiruzen-sama was dead, and the village morale was quite low. And that is when we see the other 3 elders arrived. Minato, Kushina. First of all, we'd like to congratulate you, but I'm sorry to say, I wish the circumstances were better, said Koharu. It's nothing, Koharu-sama. What is it that you would like to discuss right now, elders? As you know, Hiruzen is dead, said Danzo. And the village morale is low, Minato. Your people need you right now. They need you to speak to them. But first you need to speak to the council. Tell us what exactly happened. How did this happen? As now we see, Minato looked towards Kushina, who nodded, and soon after appointing Samanbus and Kakashi there, Minato left. As now we go towards the council chamber where we see the whole council was seated. This council meeting is in session, said Minato. As that is when everyone was silent, still going through the shock that they have just lived through. Minato-sama, how did this happen? Said the representative of the civilian council head, Mabuki Haruno. It happened because of an attack. Everything was going smoothly with Kushina, until Biwaku-sama and the others fell down, dropped down to the ground dead, killed by a masked person. After that, I asked him what he wanted, and he pointed out that he wanted the Kyuubi no Yoko. What? But why? I do not know that much. But what I do know is that he claimed to be Madara Uchiha, and he was able to use Mangekyo Sharingan Fugaku. What? You're blaming me? No, I'm not blaming you or the Uchihas. I am warning you that some of the Uchihas who have been killed in the Third Great Shinobi War, their spoil might have not been recovered, because the Sharingan is amongst the other villages now, or could be. But what if it is really Madara? That is also a possibility, because controlling the Biju, putting it under a genjutsu, is not a small feat. Not many Uchihas could do that, except for one who have been recorded to do that in the previous history of Konoha, Madara himself. As everyone gulped, even the elders, as they felt chills run down their spine. This time around, even if as a whole village, no. As a whole elemental nation, they couldn't go against that man, because there was no one stronger than him if he was still here. That couldn't be possible, said Danzo. Even if he was here, that couldn't be just possible. He might have been just too old by now. Even we are, and we were kids when he was at his prime. As Koharu and Homura nodded when Danzo said this, all I'm saying is what I saw and whom I fought. It is all because of that person that this much damage has been done, and we lost Hiruzen-sama today. Regardless, it was a sad loss. But what we need to know now is, who is really the Jinchuriki? The 3 of them. I'm sorry, what? Naruto possesses the soul thanks to the Shinigami seal powering it, and it is more than enough to sustain and withhold the soul, because the soul exchange with the Shinigami was made, and that is the most powerful seal that the Uzumakis have ever created. As everyone realized that then, that Minato was implying to say, and Mito possesses the chakra. But during our battle, said Hinmichi, didn't the Kyuubi say that something about its chakra being, remade or reabsorbed? What did it mean? This is gonna be drag. Let me sum it up for you, Inoichi, and everyone else. Basically, the QB's soul was still intact and was in the physical world. And we as humans, once our chakra reaches to the lowest pit of level when we are chakra exhausted, we regain our chakra back when we rest, right? Something similar could happen to Biju. That was what it was implying. Since it is a being made out of chakra, its process of recovering chakra might have been 10 times, if not 100 times faster than us. As this was Shikaku Nara, the most genius person in the room's analogy, aside from Minato, as everyone agreed to that. That is certainly a good analysis. But what if, inside the seal he's able to recover his chakra? Then what? Then we have a perfect Jinchuriki. And not only that, 2 decoys, said Danzo. They are my children, Danzo, not decoys. I'm sorry to say, but they're not only your children now. They are also the property of Konoha. You have no right to say that. They are the heir to the Namikaze and Uzumaki clan. The 3 of them? 2 of them at least, and the 3rd one is an Uzumaki. So, he's a clansman. And therefore, I will not hand anyone to you whatsoever. Fine. Not like I want him or anything. I just want what is best for the village, Minato. Don't you think I know that? Don't you think I want the same? As the tension in the Hokage office began to rise between Danzo and Minato, Koharu intervened and said, Enough, please, both of you. We are already going through enough time, and it is not time to fight. As Homura then continued, besides, what Danzo was trying to imply here, I think, is that you should at least start the training of the children from early age, so that when the time comes, they are ready. What do you mean, what time? What I mean to say is, said Danzo, now that Konoha is weakened, it is more likely that enemies will know in due time. The other nations will as well, and they might try to take this as an opportunity to start another war, Minato. You're paranoid. They have taken the most damage. Even if Konoha won with many casualties, they were the ones that were hit hardest. And Konoha has hit today been the hardest as well, Minato, or if you have forgotten. As Minato gritted his teeth, fine. I will begin their training early on. Got it? Then this meeting is adjourned. As after that, a few things were discussed and the meeting was adjourned, and Minato returned home after sending a letter to his sensei. A few weeks passed and things began to settle down after the funeral, and the reality began to sink into the people that their happy lives, which were certainly destroyed one night, could not return to a normal state. Not in a shorter period of 2 weeks, at least. It will take time, but they will grow together. As one evening, after returning from Hokage office, we see that Kushina was tending to her children, thanks to the help of shadow clones. As Minato was happy to see this, he bumped into a stranger who he brought home. Well, a person who was not a stranger, basically. As now we see, Kushina was quite surprised to see this one. Well, I didn't thought for a bit that I would see you here, Tsunade-sama. I didn't came here alone. I was brought here, more like dragged, by that idiot Jiraiya. I don't know where he went as soon as we entered the streets of the village. Sensei and his anticlimactic entrance. Come out, Sensei, I know you're hiding somewhere here. As that is when, a puff of smoke, we see, in came Jiraiya, another legendary Sanin. You called and I arrived. How was that, my dynamic entry? Don't say that. He might hear it. As on the other side, a man running on his arms stopped. I sense a disturbance in the force. Yosh! I will continue doing 10 more laps now, and burn this ground with my flames of youth. As now we go back to Namikaze Uzumaki house, where we see Minato explained everything to both of them, and Tsunade began to examine Naruto as well. I see what it is. The chakra coils are quite extended and far. There are 2 forms of seal here, Minato. What? But here isn't somehow you erased the previous one. No, this seal is completely different. I don't know what it is, but I think you just created accidentally a new sort of seal, Minato. But he's my son. I don't know what the seals do or does. How about we find out? as after drawing the exact same replica drawn on Naruto underneath the seal of the Hakefuin, we see that Jiraiya writing down it on a paper did something, and nothing happened. Huh, nothing is happening. I wonder why. I don't know as well, Sensei. Maybe we should burn it. As after that, the Senjutsu was thrown into fire in the fireplace and something interesting happened. That fireplace was now burning with a higher capacity, much more higher than ever, not until the paper was burned to ash. As that is when Jiraiya realized, that seal, it can absorb chakra from nature. What do you mean, Sensei? It could have been something else. No. The paper is not that much flammable, and it's an old piece of paper, Minato. That paper. The seal that I draw. I felt something off, but I thought it was just nothing. So that is why I decided to throw it off into the fireplace. And it's reacting like this? Something must be off with that seal. You should carefully watch over Naruto. As now, after that, we see time passed. As 5 years later, in the backyard, we see 3 of the kids training with one another and sparring. As both of the brothers, the older and the middle child, Menma, were sparring, as Mito was cheering them on. As Kushina was watching over her children with pride and with some concern because she knew what her husband has told her and what the council have told them. They need to train their children from early on. As Naruto was the one who was on the ground now. Stop! Menma wins again. As Menma then adjusted his glasses and said, "Well, Naruto-Nisan, if you're gonna act like this, I might be able to surpass you in no time." Hey, I'm not gonna hurt my little brother, you know. Geez, you always say that, and you're the one always losing. So you're so lame, said Mito, in a teasing manner as Naruto face faulted, as Kushina chuckled. Now, enough, you young ones. Stop teasing your older brother. How about we go inside? Well, how about this, Menma? Mito, why don't you go and freshen up? Naruto, can you help me out in the kitchen for a bit? Of course, Gachan. As after doing so, we see that in the kitchen, Kushina then began. Naruto, I know you're trying your hardest, and you seemingly be getting down day by day. Is the training taking toll on you, my boy? Said Kushina, looking concerned more than ever. No, I'm fine. We can continue the training. As Naruto looked quite a bit scared as he said these words. Naruto, please tell me what is bothering you. Why would you act like this? I know you were training. Your pace was steady like normal children would have. It's just that Menma and Mito are prodigies. They absorb everything like sponge. But you are a hard worker. I can see that. And I appreciate it, son. But you have been getting hasty, making mistakes more often. What has happened to you? Why, you were not so careless, son. As Naruto then began to hear the voices of the people of the Konoha, who looked at him and said, Is that the boy who holds the Biju? Soul, maybe we should kidnap him. I mean, the Kage wouldn't mind, right? After all, he's a defective child of the Hokage. As Naruto heard these voices and these mocking from the civilians, and Naruto wanted to tell his mother, but he couldn't do anything as he began to cry. After all, he was a 5-year-old. As Kushina hugged her son close to her chest and stayed there like that for a long time, until Naruto fell asleep. As that is when Menma and Mito got downstairs and Minato arrived as well. As Minato looked serious, but his personality changed seeing that his youngers have arrived. Why don't you go and have some lunch for the time being? After that, you can relax for the day. Go and play out in the park or something. Yes, finally, said Mito. You and the park can't be separated, huh, Mito? Shut up, Nissan. I'm gonna go. You gonna come or not? No, I'm gonna enjoy my book here. How about you go, son? Take the book. Wait, what? You're telling me to go and touch grass? You know, Dad, I don't like that. Stop being an introvert, son. Just go out and touch some grass, finally. Okay, I guess. As Menma hyperventilatingly grabbed a book and left with Mito. As both of Mito then stopped. What about Naruto-Nisan? Isn't he? Naruto is sleeping, as you see, Mito. So I think I'm gonna put him to bed. He must have gotten himself so tired. So lame. As Mito left. As after putting Naruto to bed, we see that the door closed shut to his room. which was on the upper stairs. In front of him was, well, Mito's room, and right next to him, inside his room, was the bed of Menma, because the both brothers had a two-bedroom and Mito had a single bedroom, and the parents slept downstairs. As now we see, both of the parents stood outside the door as they begin to talk in a whispered tone. What is wrong, Kushina? I'm worried about Naruto. I mean, he was working fine and training hard as ever, and then he began to make hasty mistakes like one who's desperately trying to prove something. Kushina, you're thinking too much into this. No. As an intuition, as a Konoichi instructor, as well as a mother, I know I am right, Minato. Something is bothering him and he's not just telling me that. You think it could be that? He could have heard those people talking? She said in a hushed tone. Maybe. I'll talk to him once he wakes up. I'm gonna clear this mess. Whatever they say, it doesn't matter to us. He's our son. He's our firstborn. He's gonna be my heir soon. And not only that, even if they say those things, it shouldn't bother him, because they are just people. It's their thing to talk bad about those who they can't reach or touch. Said Minato. I guess you're right. You don't need to think too much into this. I will solve this with Naruto tomorrow, okay? Let him rest for the time being. Our son has worked hard enough. Unknown to them, Naruto was laying on his bed with eyes open. He could still hear their whispers from within. Tears were falling down his eyes. Hope, happiness, relief, and still of desperateness, because he wanted to achieve something now. More than ever, he wanted to prove his parents that he could be more than just a burden. As that is when, on all of his desperateness, a screen popped up in front of him. As Naruto was shocked, as the writings in front of the screens were some of that of kanjis that he has read. As he began to read, greetings, welcome to the Shinobi Gacha system. Gacha system is a system that allows a user to achieve multiple Kekkaigenkais, bloodlines, copy jutsus, and even replicate the technique and expand his own chakra level and even his strength level and endurance level. You can increase it by spending the points that you will achieve. So far you have been able to achieve 1 million points because of your continuous hard work so far. What? What do you mean? As I said, as the explanation was given to him in much more detail, and again, as after that Naruto was able to grasp it. How did you appear in front of me? Can anybody else see you? Short answer, no, nobody else can see me aside from you, who is the owner of the system now. And as for how I did get here, it is because of your condition. It was because of the seal that was created in a hasty movement by your father to seal away the Biju. And after adding the Shinigami twist to it, the Shinigami is a being that is quite mischievous and is always bored. So to gain some curiosity to watch over your life, he has given you this system and changed it from Gacha system to a Shinobi Gacha system, allowing me to deliver you a lot of abilities that you can add on to your arsenal and become even the new god of Shinobi. As Naruto's eyes widened, as Naruto then gulped and looked towards his basic stats, which were quite low. So to increase them, he increased his buffs, which were his strength, stamina, as well as his endurance, making himself quite immune to most of the physical as well as genjutsu attacks. And not only that, and increase his, well, firepower as well as his ninjutsu power of the jutsus that he will, use. After that, he scrolled throughout and bought some of the scrolls from within. And surprisingly, the funny thing about these scrolls was that once he opened the scrolls disappeared and they were fitted into his memories and muscle memory as well, so that he could do hand seals. So far, he was able to learn jutsu from our future, as it was written, from the lightning style, which he was able to unlock since he has been able to upgrade all of his basic stats, which was Kirin, a strongest forbidden S-rank jutsu. And after that there was some Rasen Shuriken formats, and there was one jutsu that stood out to him the most. That was the Flaming Dragon Jutsu, one of the jutsus that none of the Uchihas were able to master. It was created by Madara but was abandoned because it had a high risk of chakra exhaustion. As after exploring throughout the until midnight, Naruto fell asleep, and after he woke up, we see that it was already next morning, and Naruto was called for breakfast, and after breakfast, they went to train, and this time something interesting happened. Naruto shocked his parents and his siblings by defeating both Menma and Mito in spar within less than seconds. The match that continued to drag on for 20 minutes to 25 minutes was now ended within seconds. Naruto? Did you cheat it? Or did you do something? No. I swear I didn't do anything. Nissan, what the hell? How is this possible? Said Menma, quite shocked as well, as he adjusted his glasses. As Kushina then looked at Naruto. Explanation, Naruto? Fine. As now we see, even his father, who was silently watching this, was now with him sitting on the couch, as Naruto had a deadpan smile on his face as he was shivering. Yabai, how can I tell them about this? They'll be disappointed. As Naruto with a heavy heart explained everything to them about the gacha system and how it appeared. And after that he then said this, I know you're disappointed in me and all, but I promise I won't use it if you know, Naruto. If this is ability granted to you by Shinigami, then who are we to judge? Use it as you please, but remember, son, use it for good, not for bad. Thanks, Tochan. Thank you so much. As after that, a message appeared. 1 million points as an award for being an honest person, out of the charitable and wishful heart of the Shinigami itself. As Naruto was happy, and that is when he found an interesting ability to add to his arsenal. It was a virtual map of the whole elemental nation, and a shinobi counter and guider. It was a basic shinobi counter. It was a basic hacker that allowed one to see his own enemies, where they were and how they were going to attack, and their levels as well. As Naruto added this to his arsenal, and thanks to his eyes he was able to access it. And next was the foresight, which allowed him to even see throughout the forest. As after that, Naruto began to increase his chakra pool, and as well as that is when something interesting happened. Naruto's training was going on smoothly, as well as his gacha system was, and that is when something interesting happened, and that was Naruto had a hidden gift that appeared in front of him after spending almost 2 million points. Congratulations! The system is awarding you with a bonus gift because you have spent almost 2 million points. As Naruto with a gulp accepted the gift and opened it, and within it was a new ability, an ability that allowed him to become a much stronger shinobi, getting out of even his parents' shadow. It was a Gekigenkai that he could choose between the three. Either it was the particle release, the Mokitan, or the Ashbone release. Naruto then saw a lever appeared, and soon after he pulled with a gulp, it landed on Mokitan, giving him the wood release abilities. And soon after that, Naruto felt immense increase in his chakra. His chakra color changed from bluish to greenish, indicating that he had been gained the nature's chakra, allowing him to be closer to nature as well. As after that, the gacha system closed, and Naruto's eyes were beaming since he was able to unlock this ability. So he dashed towards his father to reveal this to him. Tochan, I have something I need to tell you. What is it, Naruto? What is it, son? I am able to now use Mokitan. As hearing this claim, they were all shocked. What? What do you mean, son? You know this is not some sort of joke, right? No, I'm not joking. As after that, Naruto brought them outside in the backyard. As Naruto, having received the knowledge of how to use it, made some hand seals and slammed his hand on the ground. Mokitan, wood beams! As from the ground, huge wood beams appeared. As after that, Naruto then said, Wood Dragon Jutsu! As a smaller scale of wood dragon appeared and surrounded itself around Naruto. Wood Golem Jutsu! As a wooden golem appeared. And after that, Naruto then said, and my personal touch, Wood T-Rex no Jutsu! As a huge wooden T-Rex appeared, which was quite vicious and monstrous in nature, which all Naruto dispelled as they were gone. As his family then looked at him with gawking eyes and jaws hung low. Oi, is everything fine with you all? Why are you all acting like this? Naruto, how did you do that? Uh, as I told you, how I did, I guess. As after that, we see Naruto's life was looking good. And soon now we have time skip. Time skip of 13 years later, where we see Naruto has been continuing on to gathering some points. Since he was not able to go out and just train, his points that he was able to gain with buff quite efficiently before was now increasing slow by slow, and so far he was able to only reach 100,000 points. He was waiting until he could have 500,000 points so he could spend them on some new techniques and abilities. And today was their graduation day. And surprisingly enough, Naruto and the other siblings passed alongside many of their classmates, but Kiba failed and he was quite upset about it. And as the family was celebrating, Naruto witnessed that Kiba was sitting on a swing, and he felt a tug in his heart like something was amiss, like he should have been there. But why? He was here and happy. Anyways, he just ignored it, but that is when he noticed again, looking towards the swing, that Mizuki-sensei's expression was quite twisted as Mizuki was standing there while Kiba was gone. As Naruto's eyes narrowed, seeing that something was off. And soon after that, his intuition became true as Kiba was found inside his father's office. I knew it, Kiba. Why are you doing this? You know it is a crime, right? Naruto, out of my way. I have to become a shinobi. Otherwise my mother will be angry. My clansmen will laugh at me. Kiba, what you are doing is wrong. You know that, right? It's a test. You're bullshitting me, Naruto. You're already the rookie of the year. You want to take this away from me as well. No, why would I want to take this away from you, Kiba? What are you even talking about? Calm down now, and tell me what happened. And after revealing everything to Naruto then took Kiba to Minato and informed him everything. As this was going on, we see on the other side, and the rendezvous point, Mizuki was eating his own nails. Damn it, where is that brat? I should have failed Hokage's child. Maybe at least he would have bring me some. As that is when he was hit with the tranquilizer dot and brought in. And once his eyes opened, he was in the TNI department. Uncle in front of him with a lot of torturous devices, and so was, well, none other than Ibiki Morino. And he was only in his boxers, completely shredded of his clothes, as Mizuki gulped. Make sure he answers everything. He heard his Hokage's voice, and the screams filled out through the whole dome. And after that, even Kiba was awarded with the headband. And so, Naruto was happy. 1 week later, once they arrived back at the academy, after the celebrations that they passed and became Genins, they were told of how they were going to be placed in teams. Naruto was quite shocked when he found out that Menma and Mito were with Sasuke, and he was the odd one out here. As Sakura was failed, so she was kicked out and became a civilian, but Naruto was the odd one out. What am I gonna do? As even Minato and Kushina was not happy, but Kakashi called the dibs before Kushina, so it was needed to be done. Naruto sighed as he arrived inside his father's office with his, siblings, who were looking quite worried. Nissan, maybe you should switch places with me. You know, I'm fine with staying here if you like. I mean, I can read books. No. If anything you need to do is to touch more grass and go outside and explore. I'm not gonna sacrifice you, brother, for this. Your heart may be noble, but I won't accept it. God damn it, said Menma as he went back. As Minato then said, so how about it, Naruto? How about this? I have a person who will train you, but he's quite an odd one. And you might have to go on a lot of trips then. Huh, always wanted to travel across the elemental nation, see how it is. Who is the person? Wait, don't tell me. Is he? As that is when there was a puff of smoke, and out came none other than Jiraiya himself. Never fear, Jiraiya of the Sun is here. As Jiraiya appeared, as Naruto looked down. I can't believe this. Him, of all the people, seriously? As Jiraiya face vaulted. Oi, brat, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you not happy to see your sensei? Is this how you treat your new sensei, huh? Fine, whatever you say, Jiraiya-sensei. The king of perverts, as Jiraiya face vaulted again as Minato chuckled. Enough, Naruto, stop teasing him. Well, sensei, I'm giving you my son, so you better not make him into a pervert, and please, I beg of you, don't try this. And make sure he trains at least. Yeah, of course I would. What makes you think that I would try this? Because I know you. I have been your student, remember? Ah, jeez, Minato. Fine, okay? As now we see, after that, Jiraiya and Naruto left the room. And as soon as they left, Minato sighed. He's gonna turn him into a pervert. I'm 100% sure, and Kushina is gonna kill me. Wait, what? We don't want our Nissan to be pervert. He's perfect as he is. Knowing Naruto, he himself and Kami himself can save him from that man. Only God knows how I was able to survive. Minato thought to himself as he remembered his past encounters and adventures with Jiraiya. As now we see on the other side, Jiraiya and Naruto arrived at home, and Kushina said the same thing as Naruto was departing with, well, Jiraiya. After saying his goodbye to his family, Naruto departed. And soon as they set a foot outside, we see Naruto stop and look back. I'll be back, Konoha. And once I do, I'll be stronger than ever. Much more stronger than anyone anticipated. As Jiraiya then looked at him. Ready, kid? There are a lot of adventures waiting ahead for us. What do you say? You up for the challenge? Of course I am. Just what I like to hear. And now we see both of them set out to the Shinobi world to begin their adventure. As this is where I'm going to be leaving this short movie off, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, then make sure you leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you like the content of this channel. Now I know you might be mad that why am I cutting off the story midway. The thing is that I have to leave somewhere urgently, and yeah, this might be a 2-part short movie. So yeah, stay tuned for the part 2, and you can add on. I mean, this way you can add on to the story, like the ships, where he should go next, and how should the story continue on, because so far he has what, Moketan, as well as abilities such as his strength is increased, and he can use Kirin now, as well as a forbidden jutsu of the Uchihas, the flaming dragon jutsu that not even he was able to master. Anyways, so far the story is going great in my opinion. Do let me know how you like this story, and also please do let me know how should we go on with this, because I'm gonna finish this story tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. Anyways, once again, thanks for tuning in. This is Apollo Uchiha, and I'm signing off for the day. Peace.